Hey YouTube, Jonathan here at Night Knowledge. Do you like living on the edge with very low health, but benefiting from insanely high damage and damage reduction? Do you want to be the envy of all your friends as you cut down the bloated glowing ones with ease at the White Springs during a nuke launch? And are you sick and tired of doing 1 to 10 damage per hit on the Scorched Beast Queen? If you answered yes to any of these questions, this build was made for you. Thanks to my good friend Eric, he has provided me some footage of his amazing Bloodied Unarmed build for Fallout 76 that will make you the terror of Appalachia and make the developers actually think about doing a rebalancing pass. We'll look at how he's allocated his special and the associated perks starting from left to right. We have 15 points in strength, 3 points in Barbarian to deal extra damage, 3 points in Iron Fist because we'll be using a Deathclaw Gauntlet, which is one of the best unarmed weapons due to its speed, 3 points in Blocker because you'll be going toe-to-toe with all enemies, 3 points in Incisor for armor penetration, and lastly 3 points in Martial Arts to attack faster and make your melee weapon lighter. Eric suggests that if you have a modded legendary meat hook, you can use this instead of a Deathclaw Gauntlet because it benefits from both the Iron Fist perk cards and the Gladiator perk cards, which means that you're double dipping in damage. With only 1 point in Perception, we attach a Butcher's Bounty perk to get more meat, which is helpful because we'll have mutations that make use of it, seen later in this video. It may suck to not be able to pick difficult locks, but your party members could always do it for you. We have 10 points in Endurance, 5 points in Ironclad for more armor, as we'll spend most of our time outside of power armor, 1 point for Ghoulish, as a big part of the build is being heavily radiated, which goes hand in hand with 1 point for Radicool, which gives us additional strength, which means more melee damage. 3 points in Fireproof, so we don't need to avoid fire or the Scorched Beast projectiles. We have 6 points in Charisma. Many of the perks are convenience perks such as Happy Camper, Travel Agent, Hard Bargain, and Inspirational. For combat, we'll slot in Squad Maneuvers and Strange in Numbers to be a more effective party member, while for the Scorched Beast Queen fight, we'll equip Suppressor so she deals less damage to everyone. We have 6 points in Intelligence, almost always slotting 3 points into Nerd Rage, as a big part of this build is having low health and gaining a damage buff. We can equip 1 point in First Aid and 2 points in Pharmacist. Those 3 points can be switched out when we need the perks for crafting. And what might be surprising is that we don't equip Makeshift Warrior, as it takes up too many perks. And since we're doing so much damage, we aren't actually using up too much durability. We equip 10 points in Agility, 3 points for Action Girl, not because we use VATS, but to take advantage of 3 points in Dodgy, which avoids 30% of incoming damage at the cost of 30 action points. Because we'll be operating with low health, Dead Man Sprinting will allow us to run faster and get to our enemies quicker. We don't really need it, but Adrenaline means that the 1000 plus damage that we're doing increases by 6% per kill, up to 36%. So that's about 360 extra damage. An alternative, but highly viable setup to utilize the high agility is to use Escape Artist coupled with Sneak and Ninja to stay in stealth to do triple damage. We finish off the special allocation with 8 points in Luck. With Starched Genes always locked in to take advantage of all the mutations, which we'll show in a moment, we'll have 3 points in Bloody Mess to do an additional 15% damage, and Serendipity to avoid damage nearly half the time. Speaking of mutations, the Bloodied Unarmed build takes advantage of nearly every single mutation. Make sure though that you select Carnivore, as many meats, both cooked and uncooked, provide melee bonuses. Talons and Twisted Muscles are also very important for added melee effectiveness, and the usual Marsupial for the convenience of upward mobility. When it comes to weapons, it's pretty simple. A legendary modded Deathclaw Gauntlet that specifically has the Bloodied trait that you can see can give you over 1000 damage per hit. Although you won't be attacking anything from range, being able to one-shot enemies easily makes up for it. When it comes to armor, it's simple as well. The main thing to look out for are unyielding legendary armor pieces, which gives you energy and damage resist the lower your health is. Anything with action point refresh means that your dodgy perk, which allows you to avoid taking damage, procs more often. As you can see when facing off against the Scorched Beast Queen, we get into stealth and do triple damage against her, typically doing 900 plus damage, and nearly 1400 damage when we hit her in the face. Even when she's focused on us, we take very little damage thanks to our perk allocation. While it may be a bit boring to not be able to shoot her while she's in the air, let everyone else waste their ammo as you relax or one-shot the ads. So that's the Bloodied Unarmed build. And while it gives me anxiety watching Eric play with such low health, it is in my opinion the strongest build out there. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Let me know in the comments below whether you play a Bloodied build or whether you think there's a stronger type of build out there that you enjoy. Check out the rest of my channel or my blog, nightknowledge.com, for videos and articles on board games, video games, and other fun things. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.